Hi and welcome to my PlayHouse, and today I'm continuing to play with this Lenovo X3850X6, which is a really powerful server. This time Lenovo did not give me the bottom scrap, they gave me the top. It's not scrap when it's on the top, is it? What is it? Top notch? It's a really powerful server that I've got to play with for 14 days. And it has some very interesting eXFlash disks in the memory. It's a 400 GB flash drive that goes into the memory banks. And apparently there's 8 of these in this server. And I want to have them working because they should be really fast, like 5 microseconds of latency. And now you're saying, whoa, that's a long time. When I ping something, it's only 1. No, that's 1 millisecond. This is 1,000 times faster, so it's really fast. But let's see what it is, and we'll go into the computer and see if I can configure this. I've never tried this before, and well, this might be one of the videos you'll never see. If I don't get this working, no point of me throwing it out there. But while you're at it, give it a like, because if you're seeing this, I probably got it working, so like it. The server is down here. I took out one of the compute books. Took this one out. I thought number 1 is probably the one that is getting worn all the time, so I took out number 2. And I got it up here on, it's not a table, it's my console. So this is a compute book. Let's just open this up. There's a little window in it so we can see the memory DIMMs, and this is what it looks like. And we notice these weird memory blocks. Over here is the very powerful i7 4890 version 2. And that's a 15-core processor that runs at 2.8 GHz. There is 4 DIMMs on each side, which are 16 GB of RAM each, and there are on the other side as well. And then there is these flash drives. And this just happens to be the biggest of the biggest that are available for this server, and they're 400 GB, and they're directly in the memory, which is very cool. Well, the computer sees them, but I have no idea how to get this up and running, so you're gonna be along for the journey. So let's get this compute book back into the server. And it's happy again. It was complaining about the compute book not being there, so I'm gonna power on the server. It's not the fastest thing to power on, and it's not the most quiet thing either. Okay, in here at the computer I have different things going on. I found that the server, which is here, I found some documentation on how to configure the eXFlash DIMM for the X3850 and for the X3950, which is more or less the same model. The X3950 more or less just contains 2 of these. To start with, they talk about some software requirements, and these are really the firmware on different stuff. There's the UEFI and the IMM, and there is a PDSA that needs to be at a specific level. So I went into the IMM to check this out. I'll just show you where that is at. Here is the IMM of the server, and under server management the first tab is server firmware, and it will show me the different firmware levels. And if I just make this a bit smaller, we can more or less get the same thing on, get the things on the screen here. Yes, the UEFI is a version 1, and down here the UEFI is a version 1, so I guess that's okay. And it also talks about the A9E122, and that's the text that is right there. So this should be up to date, I guess. Then there is the IMM2, and that's this one, and that's a version 1.62, but they require a version 1.65, so the IMM is not new enough.
for this to work. So I need to upgrade that. Then there is the PDSA. I don't have anything that's called PDSA, but there is a DSA, and that's a version 10.1, and it also talks about 10.1 up here. So I'm guessing that that is this one, and that this one is actually correct. But the IMM2 needs to be upgraded for this to work. I'll just show you we can actually see the DIMMs in here if we go in under local storage. Here are my normal flash hard drives, and down here are the CPU 1 FDIMM 5858585858. So, and there's 8 of those. It's a total of 3.2 terabytes of flash memory in there. So that is what I want to get up and running. To do that, I am in the background here. I'm trying to make a bootable ISO file that will update this version of server. The IBM model number for the server is the 3837. The Lenovo number is 6241. So I'm hoping that while choosing both of them, I will get the newest driver, and hopefully it can figure out this by itself. I was told that the server I borrowed had the Lenovo numbers installed. So this is definitely taking a while. So I'm not having much luck with the IBM Tool Center Boot Media Creator right now. It just comes up with an error. It might be that Lenovo has shut down this way of updating your server. I'm not sure. I've tried to go back sometimes and started it again, and it will search for the server and try to connect, and it won't get a connection. And well, it might be a server problem. They might have shut this down. So I've gone to Lenovo's. Actually, you are very quickly directed back to IBM's homepage, and I'm here trying to get the update for the IMM2 for this server. So I'll have to agree to the terms here, and now I can download. I guess it's this file. So I will download that and see if I can install that somewhere. There we are. So it's done downloading, and I'm gonna see if that file is just. Let's try and update some firmware. Select the file, and it should be down here. There is the file. Let's see what it thinks about that one. Select flash file, yes, next. And it's copying that in. Let's see what happens. And it's the IMM primary that we're probably updating. This is a 1.62, and apparently this is a 1.8. Successful, blah 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 blah, uploaded. This is correct. Next. Update the primary bank. Yes. Well, while it's doing that, I might as well look if I can find the BIOS update for the UEFI. So let's go back here. Might be a couple of. Oh, there we are. UEFI right there. And that's right now at a version 2. So let's press that. An error occurred. How rude. That might be the same error that I am experiencing here. Oh, that is working now. Oh. Typical. But cool, I'll get this anyway. I guess I'm not gonna get this anyway. See how this is doing. 92% done. It's downloading 48 updates for that server for the 3837. I wonder how many updates there will be for the 6241. That's gonna be interesting too. The firmware for the IMM was successfully updated, so now I have to restart the IMM, which is okay. We will do that. Do you really? Yeah. I will probably lose the connection. There we go. We lost the connection. We'll get back to that. And that answers the questions for this server. There is 33 updates for the 6241. Okay, this job is done. It has successfully made my bootable media ISO file. So I'm gonna finish that, and that closed down all by itself. So I'm gonna see if I have that file now. It's right. Oh, it's big, 4 gigabytes. But we're gonna see if we can mount that and if it will boot on it. And to do that, I have to log into the IMM adapter again. Probably the server has, yeah, it's in VMware again. You can see the break here where I had it down. That was for starting filming, and now it's up again. I will have to reboot it for having it try to do an update. So let's minimize that and go in here, reload that. The username is user ID with capital letters, and the password is password with capital letters and a 0 instead of the O. Login. And there's a nice Lenovo logo. I really forget if that was there before. But let's go into some remote control. There we are. Start remote control. And open. Allow. There we are. We have the picture of the server here, and it's doing good. And I'm gonna mount the ISO file that I just created. Connecting. Select device to mount. I'm gonna add an image, and the image is under my tool center. There it is. We're gonna mount that. Open that. Map and mount selected. And I'm gonna go and have the Vmware Boot. Gonna shut it down here. Reboot. Sure. Yes. Give me a reason. Okay. Oh, we can put in something. Update. Update. Okay. And this definitely takes a while. I will pause and see what happens. And the server is booting now. It's going into the update thing. So now it's gonna be very interesting to see if it is actually able to update some of the things that I wanna have updated. I would really like the firmware of the BIOS to be the latest version, if this is possible. I have no idea. Well, these servers are so long from when you press boot until they actually boot. So I've been out doing a couple of other things, and just cross your fingers that it actually selected the right boot device, because otherwise it's another 10 minutes wasted. It would be so nice if there was some kind of a menu where you could actually just say, I want to boot on this device next time you boot. That would be marvelous. I think I have done this so that it does not do this automatically, so I have to press that button all by myself. Click to start updating. Okay, we have to agree to these terms. Don't have much of a choice, do we? Oh, yes, agree. Comparing updates. It actually says that the active machine type is the 6241. So far, so good. And it says that it is upgrading. First, it's upgrading the UEFI BIOS flash update to version 2.0. That's the one that I was not able to download. And it says that it has some firmware update for the M5200 series, and both of them seems to be okay. Upgraded now, so let's press next and finish. And I'll boot the server. While the server is booting, I'm looking at the documentation, and I found here there is some memory module population rules. This says that in this system, the system X3850, you can put in 8 of these eXFlash DIMMs together with 8 memory modules, and that's exactly what I have running in the server out there. You are also able to put in more, but well, they just happen to talk about the configuration that is out there, and you have to put those in specific spots, otherwise it will not work. I very much think that they are in the right spots out there, because they are working and they are showing up here in the IMM under local storage, and they will be right down here. There they are. So my guess is that they are configured correct, otherwise I would think that they would not show up in here, or they would be complaining. There is some documentation on how to put the memory modules in and how to put the eXFlash DIMMs in, so that they work and work the best. To get this working in ESXi, I found that I have to install a driver into ESXi I guess it's a software driver to get this up and running. Well, I have to go in to the ESXi in the Linux thing and kind of copy the driver in there. On Lenovo's page, which is actually at the moment IBM's page, this is the driver that I found that I have to install for ESXi to be able to use this. It's the Lenovo eXFlash DIMM software package version 1.6.0 for VMware ESXi 5, but it's also for ESXi version 6. It says that somewhere. I've just downloaded it, it's right down here, and the documentation that I was looking at before is this one. I have downloaded the firmware, and now I'm just gonna be doing what they say. Except I need some more help somewhere down here where it says that I should copy the file name to this path, and that's inside the ESXi, and I'm just gonna show you here. I actually got the IMM updated to 1.8 and the UEFI primary BIOS thing upgraded to 2.0, so that is all good. It seems I don't have to install this from a client machine. I can install it directly from the console on the host itself, but to do that I have to enable the possibilities to go into the console, and you do that by pressing F2 here and logging into your ESXi host there, and under troubleshooting we need to enable the shell, and maybe we need to enable SSH as well, but we're just gonna enable both of them. Enable. It says disable out here, but it says enable in here, so that means they're enabled. So escape, and they are enabled, and we go back out and we press Alt F1 to go into the secret. It's not so secret anymore, but yeah, and we log in here. Incorrect. Crap. Try again. There we are. We're in, and from in here we should be able to run the data. So right now we are here. We have opened a console to the VMware ESXi server. Now we need to put the ESXi server into maintenance mode. So I'm gonna borrow this line and hopefully I can copy that over there. I have no idea if that's gonna work. Not really, so I have to type it. Is that correct? It didn't complain. So let's go see if... yeah, it went into maintenance mode. Cool. So far so good. The next one, we have to install this. But I need to find out what this path is and what it can eat there. So that's gonna be a problem. Okay, I've just run an ls to get a list of the files in this system, and apparently they should be located here under vmfs, so I'm gonna try and go in there, cd to vmfs and do a list there. Volumes, that sounds about right. Let's check that out. And there we have some nasty looking volumes. And one just called Data Store 9. That's the one we like. We'll check that out. Let's see what that says. There we have it. There is my... oh, I haven't told you that. Let's just go back here. I did go and upload the drivers to here. Here are the drivers that are gonna be installed. This CD thing, I'm not sure if that's gonna be used for anything, but these are the ones that should enable these drives to work, hopefully. Let's see if we can type in the code to get these drivers into my VMware. So let's go into, where were we? To drive, cdt. That's just a folder that I've made. And here are my drivers. Okay, and this is where I'm getting my help from, the Google. So we need this text. Oh, do I really need to type in that? I probably have. It's probably reusable from time to time. Yeah, it's the same. And that should be good. Let's see what happens. Error. Beep. Error. No such file or directory. Okay, I have jumped back to the root directory and I've typed in, I don't know what it has done, but it crapped up everything. Not in a bad way, it just filled up the screen with text instead of just, well, I'm just gonna try and press enter and see what happens. It's probably just gonna laugh at me. It takes a while it's laughing at me. Well, it's successful. That's almost too easy. Okay, cool. So we take the next one and just delete the last piece of driver information. Back to there. And we take, let's see, the next one it wants us, that's the eXFlash thing that it wants us to install. So we're gonna take that, put that in. Let's see, ESXi and tab, and that's it there. Enter. See what that does, and that seems to be a success. The next one, to install the proper cooling and management. Okay, we need to install this one, but we need to do something first. We need to do that one. We need to stop the watchdog and then install the driver and start it again. Okay, we can do that. Let's check that out. Is that right? Looks about right. It's doing something. There we are. And then we install the last driver down here. Just gonna delete the SCSI driver. there. And then we have to the Diablo driver, put that in. And then we have to start the Watchdog driver again. And that's just to set start at the end of it. There. And that's running again. Let's see where we are at. Okay, shut down and install the eXFlash DIMMs in according to guidelines. Oh, they are already in there. I hope that doesn't affect anything. We will down the system, exit, and escape. That one. And I'll tell this one to shut down. That's F12. I'll just reboot the system and take it out of maintenance mode. That should be it. So 11 for restart. And that's gonna take forever. Okay, it seems that the server has booted while I was outside working. Well, yeah, it's complaining about data store not available. That was probably because I had that open when I asked it to boot. Okay, let's put this out of maintenance mode. It's complaining about something. Oh, it's complaining, but nothing to see. Oh, it just says that the ESXi shell has been enabled. So looking through the documentation, I guess we are down here at, we have actually taken the server out of maintenance mode again. And that's the last step. There is nothing more. The most documentation I have been able to find after that is that the ESX or the eXFlash DIMMs devices are represented in VMware as drives in here. I hope I don't have to go in there and do something with them. I hope. Let's see if we can see anything on the host now. I do want to get rid of that error message, so we'll just go into F2 here, log into the server, and disable those two under troubleshooting. So we're gonna just disable that and disable that and escape. And hopefully that will, yeah, the error is gone. So what do we find when we go over here? Add storage. Let's see if we got some storage. We have a lot of storage. Woo! We have all the 8 disks available to us. That's cool. So now VMware is able to see this little DIMM disks. Whew. I think I'm gonna end the video here. It's already too long.
So now the DIMM disks are available for my VMware server, and I have to go in and figure out how I'm gonna be using those. If I'm gonna be making a disk, or if I can use them for some caching or whatnot. I have no idea yet. That's gonna be maybe another video if I get around to making it. This took a while. I started this video at 7 o'clock this morning. 7 o'clock this morning, and it's way past 12 now. So yeah, haven't done this before. I hope you can do it faster than me now. Otherwise, this would have been a complete waste of time. But thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel and give it a like down there if I did get this to work, you know. So like it and have a really nice day. Bye bye.